Happy and a long way from home? For the answer, join me, John Beeman, in the Puerto Rican rainforest this week on Trailside. Most of the time, we live in the horizontal world. Not this time. Hi, I'm John Beeman in Joshua Tree National Monument. Rock climbing used to appeal only to extremists, but with advances in equipment and safety, all that's changed. Join us as we make our own vertical adventure today on Trailside. If you've never been climbing before, it's a good idea to hook up with someone who's experienced. In Joshua Tree, that means a stop at Nomad Ventures. We're here to meet with Paul Borne, who runs the Ultimate Adventure Climbing School and has put up some of the toughest routes in Joshua Tree. Hi, Paul.
How are you, John?
Good. Hey, where are we headed today?
Well, I thought we'd go out to Lost Horse Wall. It's one of the biggest formations out here. It's got some great climbs on it.
All right.
So take a look at the guidebook here, and I'll show you what we got going.
All right.
Let's see, Lost Horse Wall.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Yep, here it is. Yeah, there's great climbs out there.
Oh, yeah, and look at this. Well, there's no shortage of them either.
Any one of them's good.
And check out these names. Coyote Bait, The Importance of Being Earnest. We don't need no stinking badges.
A little ridiculous, huh?
Where do these names come from?
Yeah, the first person up the route gets to name it. Climbers are a little bit twisted, so names come out sounding a little bit weird. Actually, John, I think you're going to fit in great with the climbing community.
Okay. You ready to head out?
Yeah, we're going to meet a friend of mine out at Lost Horse today. Gotta make sure we have plenty of water. I'd hate to run out here.
Yeah.
Nearest water's 15 miles back into town.
Oh. Now, do we have to pay for that backcountry permit in Joshua Tree?
No, we paid our entrance fee, so we're good to go.
Now, what's the point then if you don't have to pay for it?
Well, it's like any other national park or monument. You have to register before you go in the backcountry, just in case any emergency comes up and you need to get a hold of us for any reason.
Yeah, I see there's some reminders on here about, like, staying on the trail.
Yeah, well, since it's a desert, it's a very delicate environment out here. We're going to have to pay attention to stay on the designated trails, so we don't destroy anything. We can't have any open fires out here, because if we gather native vegetation, it's going to have an effect.
Yep.
So we've got to be very careful and aware.
What's this I've heard about this water law?
Well, in the old days, they had a law in the books that you couldn't deny water to a person in the desert, and that law is still in the books today.
Boy, nice route, Paul.
Yeah, it's taken me years to develop these trail finding techniques.
Yeah, I can see how it would take somebody years to do that. Jeez. You know, this rock almost looks like it was poured right onto the earth.
Yeah, it sort of looks like liquid, the way it's shaped. But actually it cooled under the soil, and more recently with the wind and the rain, it's eroded it down to these, strange round shapes that we're seeing now. Now, if you could picture a mountain with all the rocks inside of it, and the wind is coming and blowing it all away instantly. And then all the rocks tumble into a clump. That's sort of what I think is the coolest thing about it, except it takes a couple million years for that to happen. Wow, check out the size of these Nolinas.
Look at that.
That's something.
Why are they getting so big?
Well, this year we've had more rain than we've had in like the last 100 years, they say. So everything's doing really well this year. Now, how's this look like for a place to camp?
Looks pretty good. Looks like we got lots of flat spot and it's pretty protected. And we're not gonna have to worry about a place to climb. Check out all this rock.
Yeah, there's a number of great climbs around here. One of my favorites is just around the corner.
Well, let's lighten up our load here and get to it.
Well, that sounds good to me.
You know, every time I put these shoes on, I forget how tight-fitting they are.
Yep, when I'm 2,000 feet off the deck, I don't mind that they fit that tight. I hate to have my foot slipping around inside of them.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. And this rubber really, it's really sticky. It really holds you right to the rock, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've come a long way in climbing shoes.
We sure I can't give you a few pointers there, Paul?
Oh, you think so? You just let me know if you see me making any obvious mistakes.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'll try that. Looks kind of interesting.
Let me come down and give you a spot.
Okay.
All right. Arms straight. Don't want to get too pumped.
Okay.
So we're gonna get pumped quick. Drop down, drop down. Great. Leave room. Beautiful. Come on. Here we go. Good. Big reach now. Great, great, great. Going up. All right. Getting pumped yet? Not even, huh?
Oh, you sure made this look easy.
All right, that was great.
Yeah.
You warmed up?
Yeah, feeling it.
That's why they call it the gun smoke. Climbers call these their guns, so they get pretty pumped up here.
Yeah. Well, this sure is a challenge, but that down there looks pretty ridiculous.
Well, it's actually possible. Let me show you.
Okay.
When I grab this handhold up here, if I pull straight down on it, it's not gonna do me much good. Grabbing it and pulling sideways on it, turning it into a lie back, feels pretty positive. Now, as I approach this corner, I'm gonna use a technique we call stemming. Just basically using opposing pressures. Keep yourself on. A lot of people don't like hand jamming. I don't mind it because it gives me a second to rest.
Well, that looks real relaxing, Paul.
Well, maybe not real relaxing, but a little bit of a rest.
That's some pretty advanced technique. I hope we're not going to be doing any of that on our climbing.
Well, probably not today, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, here, check this out, John. Let me show you one other thing before we get going.
Okay.
Say we're coming up a wall like this. I know it looks a
Okay.
little ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're getting tired because we've already done, say, 1,000 feet or so.
Yeah.
Get up to here and we need a rest bad. What are you gonna do? Just flip our feet up here.
Now, wait a minute, Paul. I thought the idea was to go up, not down.
I'm going the wrong way at this point. aren't I?
You really.
See, I get a good rest here.
Uh-huh.
I can rest as long as I want here. And when I'm feeling good, just start climbing again.
Okay. Well, if you're done goofing around, what do you say we grab the gear and do some real climbing?
Yeah, I want to start out with a little top roping?
Yeah,
All
let's go.
right.
Well, that looks like a nice shade wall. Any good routes in there?
Yeah, there's a great one that goes right up through the middle of that overhang called No Calculators Allowed. Let's go set up a top rope.
Okay. Paul, it looks like I've got a good place for some top rope anchors right here.
Well, let me check it out.
Right in here. That's a nice place right in there. What do you
That looks great. That looks great. All right, get the rope flicked out. Get us an anchor going. I sure like the way these things go in, huh?
Oh, yeah. They're a great invention.
Yeah.
Where do you think the idea came from?
Well, let's see. A long time ago, people used to carry a pocket full of stones up with them.
Uh-huh.
And they'd have to pick a stone that would fit the crack and then tie it off, run the rope through that. And the rope they were putting through there was just a hemp rope anyway, so wasn't all that shock absorbing.
I'm glad these things came along because I sure wouldn't want my life hanging by a pebble, would you?
No way. I'd much rather have 3 of these 5,000-pound test pieces in there.
Is there any particular reason you choose to put in 3?
3 is about the least amount you'd put in. These 3 look really good, so I feel pretty confident with them.
Okay.
Opposed gates.
Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that looks good.
Ready to go?
All right. Let's rope down. All right, clear below. Rope.
Okay, I've got my standard double figure 8 knot tied.
Let me show you how easy it is to friction on the rock here at Joshua Tree.
Okay.
See this indentation right here? Any other climbing area, you put your foot there, you're out of there.
Okay.
Joshua Tree, with it being so coarse, keeping my ankle down.
Okay.
I'm able to get a really good smearing foothold there.
Okay, now what about an edge like this?
Well, an edge like that, typically we'd stand on it, come in real close with our ankle. But in Joshua Tree, we've created a whole new technique. It's called smedging. We sort of smear across the edge. Works really good.
I like that. Are you ready to get me on belay?
Sure. Let me come down there and get you on.
Okay.
All locked up in here. Okay, let me climb up here so I can watch you better.
Alrighty.
1 second.
Got a nice mantle right here, don't we?
Yeah, looks good. All right, blaze on. Climbing ready.
Okay.
When you feel exceptionally silly.
Okay. Climb it.
Nice. Ah, beautiful mantle. Leg press. Come on. Yeah. Great. Great. All right, John, before you get too high, we better do our test fall and get all the rope stretch out of the system.
Okay.
I know you're looking forward to that. Go ahead and let go, and I got you good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right.
You got it?
Crank it out.
Okay. Let's see, where was I?
Thataway. Great. Great. That foot. Yeah, never leave your foot hanging like that. Always get on something.
Okay.
Okay, really good smears right there at your left knee.
Alrighty.
Even though they don't look good in Joshua Tree, that's a good foothold. All right. All right. Great.
Oh, you got some nice buckets up here.
All right. Thataway, muscles.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you're doing great. We're gonna have to find something a lot harder.
Well, let me get up this one first.
I see why they call you Johnny Guns.
There it is.
Thataway, John, you're doing great.
Nice hold there.
All right. Now get that little finger lock with that right finger, yeah, so you can pull up on it. Now get that left foot up to the little foothold by your left knee, and then reach all the way up, and then be aggressive. Come on, great. Reach up, left hand, way up. Can you get it? Get in close with it. Come on. Get it, get it. Good, good. Foot, way out left, up. 2.5 feet, way out on the corner, way out there. Yeah, push. Reach up for the jug now, John, come on. Come on, man, come on. That was a good try. All right, you better chalk up and give it another try. Go ahead and chalk up, I got you.
All right.
There you go. You got it this time. Now you know your sequence, so.
Okay.
Get that left hand hold to start right where you were. Just start from the left.
All right.
Yeah, and head straight for the jug. Push off of that left foot way out there. Straight for the jug, right over the top of it. Get your right foot way out right into a stem. Right foot right. Good, John, come on. Yeah, come on. Little more over the top, it's better. Over the top. Yeah, yeah. Great, use your feet now. Pay attention to your feet. Right foot out further right. Further right, on the chalk. Come on, John, you almost got it. Whoa!
Well, I think I'm going to save a little bit for the lead there.
That's great. That's what top roping's all about. We want to get all pumped up. You'll get it next time.
You got it. Whew. These Joshua trees are really surreal. Do you know where the name came from?
Yeah, as the story goes, when the Mormons traveled through the area, the trees reminded them of the prophet Joshua with his hands outstretched to the heavens.
Neat. I don't think I've seen them in any other part of the country, though.
No, as far as I know, the Joshua trees are only here in the Mojave Desert and a few other places in the world.
Check this one out.
Wow. It's Lost Horse Wall.
Well, that's awesome.
Sure is. I'll meet my friend Jules right up here around the corner. He's a way good climber.
Great.
Paul, what are you doing? Sleeping late?
Nah, I took John the long way around. We're scoping out some Joshua trees. John, this is Jules.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Well, I'm all racked up, and we'll start up just over there if you want to go flake the rope out.
Cool.
Okay.
On belay?
Belay's on. Climbing ready.
Climbing.
Climb on.
Clipping?
Okay, got you good. Looking good, Jules.
Belay's on.
Ready, John?
Ready.
Climbing ready.
Climbing.
Do it. Get that gear, John.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Climb it.
Climb on.
That takes out some protection here.
All right. Get it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Looking good.
All right, cool climb.
Yeah, nice cracks.
Pretty fun pitch, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
All right, you
Where we
guys
at?
get safe. Clip into this beaner here.
Cool.
This one?
Yeah. Excellent.
right.
Lock the beaners.
All right,
bet.
safe.
All right, you guys are off belay. Why don't you
Cool.
hand me your gear now?
Oh, we got some goodies for you here.
All right, that was great.
Right.
Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna throw this on your side.
That's great.
This little guy?
Yep.
A lot of protection put in there.
Yeah, this next pitch is pretty good.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna put this quick draw right here as a directional right before you start.
Okay.
Okay, you're on.
All right.
Well, it looks good, huh, John?
Where are we headed? Away from that overhang, huh?
Now we're heading right over the overhang, sort of.
Okay, I'm on belay.
That ought to be fun.
Yeah, just as you expected, huh?
Yeah, I figured
Belay's
you had
on?
a
Belay's on,
tricks.
climbing ready.
Okay.
Got you good.
Okay, clip and bow.
Go for it, Jules.
And climbing.
All right. Looking good. Nice, Jules. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Get it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, check this out, Paul. Here's another one of those pitons.
Cool.
Boy, they really pounded that one in there. Must be, what, 30? Oh.
Hang in there, John.
30, 40 years old, that guy.
Yeah, no, it's probably really old. Probably pounded in with a big old sledgehammer. All right.
Oh, yeah. How long have they been climbing in Joshua Tree? You know?
Since like the 50s, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Both feet where your right foot needs to be where your left is, John. In the crack. Step into the crack. Bring your left foot over. Good foothold right under my... Right here, John. Here's the big one.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay, guys.
Right, huh?
Oh, man.
Big step here. Oh.
All right.
Oh,
Get
Jules.
you guys in here.
All right.
Good sight. Hey.
Roll.
All
Way
right.
to go, you guys. High
You
fives
survived.
all around. Way to go.
Oh, no, don't.
All right. Great.
You guys
Good
safe?
one.
You guys safe there?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
safe.
I'm gonna
Oh,
take
yeah.
you off belay.
Cool.
Okay. Boy,
All right.
that was a nice shoot coming up. Had a little trouble there, but got through it.
Thought you might perish there for a second.
Yeah, no
You guys should have
chance.
tried leading it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
That
got a
must
good
have been-
point there, doesn't she?
Really?
Dawn?
Yeah, what are we- Okay,
Well, I hate
we're
to
humbled.
climb and run, but I've got to get back down to town, so I'm going to wrap down
All right.
now, okay?
All right.
So
Well,
it's good.
Good to see ya.
Climb.
See you,
Take
Jules.
off.
Easy, Jules.
Check out the view.
Whoa, look where we're at. Wow.
Nice. It's real nice when you work for it.
Yep, can really appreciate it.
Yeah. Only climbers would do this after a full day of climbing. What's the point of a slack rope again?
Well, actually, it's sort of fun.
Uh-huh.
But besides that, it really helps on your focus and your concentration.
Uh-huh.
Also builds up your calf muscles. We need calf muscles for rock climbing, that's for sure.
Okay.
What do you think, John? Want to give it a try?
Sure, why not?
All right, watch yourself when I get off here because it snaps.
Okay.
Good.
All right, now, how do you get up on this
Couple quick pointers. When you go to step on it, don't try and push down with your foot. Jump up onto it.
thing? Okay.
And then try and look straight ahead. Up on the rock here, maybe to start. And use your peripheral vision to see the line. Try
Okay.
not to look down because you'll drop your shoulders. Okay.
Ready?
Great, great.
Okay. Oh, don't look down.
You gotta look down. You know where the cord is. It's right in front of your other foot.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. No problem, huh?
Oh, totally. Okay.
Okay, we gotta watch out for this yucca here.
All right.
Nice exit.
Okay, well, I'm totally focused, I think. In fact, I think I'm getting totally focused on a good night's sleep. And that ridge looks pretty good. What do you think? Want to go up there and bring the bags up?
Sounds good to me. I'm always into some altitude.
All right, let's do that. a couple days climbing in Joshua Tree, I'll be looking at the horizontal world a little differently. See you next time on Trailside.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we've got it.
Crank it out.
You ready to go?
You're on.
Go ahead. Well, I don't know, Paul. Now, what's the point of this again?
Well, it's actually fun.
Uh-huh.
Besides just being fun.
Excellent. Okay, John.
Funding for Trailside is made possible in part by Chevy Trucks, who reminds you that it's possible to have fun outdoors and still leave Mother Nature with a smile on her face, too. And LL Bean, providing sporting gear and apparel for people who love the outdoors for over 80 years. And High-Tech Sports, who invite you to enjoy the great outdoors and follow the trail to adventure.
Guys, we're about ready to come in and block this thing out and do it.
Wouldn't mind doing one more.
You wouldn't mind doing another one?
Do the wild sound right now.
Do this
though.
wild track right here. And
Rolling. You want me to be walking?
52, take 2.
All speed. Quiet, please. And action. Anytime.
Go ahead.
Hey, I remembered.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Okay. Speed. Quiet, please. Action.
Hey, look, John. Rattlesnake.
Ooh, what kind is it?
It looks like a Mojave green. Now, they're one of the deadliest rattlesnakes around.
Paul Borne, who was our on-camera guest, really was a great coach and a really good source of support for me since I didn't have that much experience to rock climbing.
Okay, belays on, John. Go ahead and climb when ready. I gotta stay up here. Go ahead and climb when ready.
Joshua Tree is a location for doing a climbing show. Couldn't be more ideal. The rock is ideal for learning the basics. There's so much good material that we've encountered out in Joshua Tree that the real challenge for this show of Trailside was where do we cut? You know, where do we stop and where do we start?
Great, great.
Okay, good. Bring it back down. Bring it back down.
Your cue for
Gotcha, good.
pulling me up is going to be climb when ready.
Jeff Wayman had to be the real hero of the Joshua Tree show. Here he's shown with his voice-activated helmet mic. And the way Jeff managed to follow me up the cliff face was by using a counterweight. In this case, the counterweight's name is Rob. As Rob would pull himself down the cliff, Jeff would be pulled gradually and steadily and without bumps up the cliff.
When you're standing there, but as soon as you go to walk and put your foot way up high and try and sit right, you know, instead of trying to step up, put your foot up high.
Test falls, you know, that's a great phrase for people that aren't on camera. In this case, it means just fall backwards, John, and trust the rope, even though you've just started climbing a few hours ago.
Nice.
It's a lot easier doing test falls with a top rope situation because the rope is already anchored well above you and there's not as much slack to come out of the rope as opposed to just setting your anchors as you're climbing.
John? You know what? Let me let you do a little test.
It's always
fall.
easy
You
for
throw
the
ropes
off-camera
out,
people to ask for a test fall, but when you're the
Like I said,
on-camera
you want it,
person,
right?
you haven't done a whole lot of
Go ahead and
climbing,
let go and lean
that sort of
back.
a phrase can send shudders up and down your spine. In this case, we were using a top rope, which means the rope is anchored well above you as opposed to an anchor that may be just off to your side or just above your head. When you have those kind of situations and you fall not using a top rope, your tendency is to pendulum a little bit over to the nearest anchor, and that can be a much more dramatic fall. In this case, the test fall didn't amount to a whole lot to be concerned about, especially with so many riggers around to ensure that all the rigging was secure.
Yeah, get a hold of that. Pull on that one. Great. Don't watch his crotch.
I've often said doing Trailside show that to the cameraman Jeff Wayman that it's not the show that might do me in, but it's going to be the cameraman, because just about any place he'll go, I have to go.
Up to where I told you to switch hands and grab that one horizontal with your right hand rather than your left. Oh, shit. Yeah, come on. Look where you... Right foot needs to be where your left is, John. In the crack. Step in the crack. Bring your left foot over. Good foothold right under my hand. Right here, John. Here's the big one. Now's a good time for one. Okay, Rob, let's go up.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, guys.
More. I'll pull that.
I can't imagine. It's like coming down.
Shot. Use the ball barrel interesting.
How's that for climbing, Rob?
All right.
You guys give me a hand. Let's get Rob up to the top.
This is Too Tall Dave Holbrook, who is the program producer of the Joshua Tree Show.
Okay.
Call him Too Tall for obvious reasons.
Slack. You cool? Slack. He's gonna climb over. All right. Great.
Oh, I'm exhausted pulling that rope up.
Careful, Rob.
It's too bad you're not having any fun.
The last day on the big wall was especially challenging. It took the whole day to get that sequence of shots, and it was only a 2-pitch climb, really. Here's our director, the fearless Richard Dallett, who was actually deathly afraid of heights. But to do the show, he had to get up on the rope, and up he went. There was no shortage of riggers on this show, and we had to do some fancy rigging to get all the shots. And Jeff Wayman did his counterweight technique to follow us right up the cliff face. It was hard enough for me to get up the face. I can't imagine what it would be like trying to get up it with a camera in my hand.
Richard.
Why is it that everyone who's never climbed before has this sort of intuitive but irrational fear of falling? You get to the edge and you're looking out over some sheer drop and you suddenly say, uh-oh, I'm going to lose control of my body and my body's going to suddenly lunge itself over this cliff. Well, a lot of us on the crew had that sort of feeling, believe it or not, as we started to talk about, okay, who's going to get closest to the edge? But once you're roped up and you're hanging from a rope, that whole fear just seems to just fall right away.
Just let Jules go first and just follow.
Fortunately, that's the only thing that falls.
See where she puts her feet and what position she does. Do what she does.
Jeff gives the best tongue, anyway.
Okay, coming up on scene 7, take 11. Cool. Okay, thanks everybody.
Nice. It's real nice when you work for it.
I chose a couple of packs already. Wanted to go over some of the features, give you some options.
Oh, great.
I got an external frame. This is real good for heavy loads on a real hot day.
Yeah, and this is with the frame outside the pack.
Frame outside. It's a little less expensive than some of the internal frames. Not real good for a lot of scrambling. Do you think you'll be doing a lot of that?
Yeah, I think we're going to be going off trail a little bit of bouldering, rock hopping, maybe crossing a few streams.
Okay, I'd recommend then going to an internal because it moves with your body a little bit more.
That's
better
right
for
here.
Off-trail terrain. I've got this one loaded up for you already.
You bet. About 30, 35 pounds in there.
Yeah, you need about a mid-range size pack for 2-3 day trip out there. You have an adjustable suspension system on this bag.
Now this is what's important, the distance between here and here, right?
Right. You want to make sure that the center yoke goes right between your shoulder blades. Okay. Whether it's an adjustable system, this one's very easy to adjust, or some of them use a ladder system where they're sewn in place. Just make sure it's right between your shoulder blades.
All right, let's try it on. See how it goes.
Okay. Once you get it on your back, you want to start with a hip belt here. This should ride right on your hip bone. Okay. Some people do like to ride high, or if you've been wearing it a long time throughout the day, you'll adjust it as it's comfortable to you. Now you draw these straps here under your arms, down and back. Okay.
Oh yeah, that brings it right in.
That'll cinch it in close to your body. The key then is over your shoulders. You've got two straps. You pull those in, and you don't feel like you're going to fall over backwards. It really shifts that load.
Brings the load right onto there. So you think about evenly distribute the load between your hips and your shoulders?
Fairly evenly, about 60, a little bit more down on the hip belt.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest over on the shoulders.
And we have a sternum strap.
Sternum strap there. You use that to...
This is a nice feature. What's this?
That's a breathing system, so that when you do have it cinched in tight, you still have the ability to get a good lungful of air when you're doing a lot of uphill scrambling. Okay. You use the sternum strap to just shift the load a little bit. Okay. And then you have hip stabilizers here on the waist belt. You'll draw those in if you're doing a lot of fast scrambling.
But leave them loose for now.
Yeah, leave them loose and because they take away from some of the effects on the top of the bag.
Well, they sure are easy to adjust. You just grab them and pull.
It's all right there, right, hands position. Let me check the fit back here. Okay, we're not quite against your back in the small of your back. Let me show you on this bag how I'll do a custom fit for you.
Okay.
There's aluminum bars inside the bag. I pull them out, and I'll actually shape this right to the contour of your back, the small of your back being down here, and this should be right at the bottom of your shoulder blades.
Ascending a rope is an essential part of caving, with its own special techniques. While rock climbers climb rock with the help of a rope, cavers climb the rope itself. Now, there are a number of systems you can use. This one's called a rope walker. It's a very efficient, hands-free way to climb a rope.
If you think the child's had contact with poison ivy, you should wash them off as soon as possible. But if you see a rash developing, early in 1993, the government released hydrocortisone 1% preparations for use. These are very useful for poison ivy and itching.
You've got an ointment and a cream here. Is there a difference?
Yes, there is. The ointment's best to be used on a dry type of thing. This should be like an insect bite. And the cream for the weeping lesion of poison ivy, where it's kind of dripping.
Now, what about for everyday cuts and scrapes? Anything special there?
Yes, when you clean off a cut or scrape, you want to use something that has a low ouch index.
Mr. Ouch.
Mr. Ouch, that's a bad one for kids. And the best thing to use is probably povidone iodine. This comes both as a liquid preparation and on these handy prep pads. Now, this is not the iodine that you'd find with alcohol in it. This is very safe to use on children, and it doesn't hurt.
No Mr. Ouch.
Yes.
Okay. How about blisters?
Well, you can get into blister problems, and when you do, either from a burn or from rubbing, like on a boot on your heel, the best thing to use is one of these gel foam pads. These little gel pads, when you put them on the skin, are instantly cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
They just take that pain right away. And no matter how hard you rub, that'll absorb shear force so you won't get a further blister. This will allow it to heal, even though you're wearing the same boots that caused it, or take away the burn of like a thermal burn, like a hot fire.
These raspberries are delicious. How do you know when it's safe to eat berries in the wild?
Well, generally, I let my hiking partner eat them first. Then I watch what happens.
Oh, nice.
No, really, you shouldn't eat any fruit since you can clearly identify them.
Uh-huh. Some people call me Fast Eddie. Catch me this week on Trailside.